Hi everyone, we are from the group of Mansalay, province of Oriental, Mindoro, and we are going to report our phase 3 for tourism planning and development. So for our phase 3, our featured tourist destination is the Mangyan Villages. So Mangyan Village is located in Barangay Panaytayan, Mansalay. This Mangyan settlement is perfect for those who want to have a glimpse of the rich culture and tradition of the Hanunu Mangyans. The Hanunu Buhit Mangyans are known to be good in weaving baskets like bayong, balulang, beadworks, and mats. One of the most impressive things about their weaving process is that most of the Mangyan women use indigenous improvised looms made of banana or bamboo trunks, and their weave designs are based on their ethnic origins. So you can see in the picture of our presentation how they weave clothes or mats.
First, to promote the development of the self-sustaining and empowered Mangyan community through the preservation and promotion of ancestral knowledge and practices. Second, to provide access of the basic education and literary program, including training in modern agriculture practices to improve the quality of life of the Mangyan people. Third, to preserve and promote the unique cultural heritage of the Mangyan people and to foster the understanding and respect of their tradition and values. Fourth, to ensure the access of culturality of appropriate healthcare services to promote the health and well-being of the Mangyan people. To implement a sustainable practice in the development of management of the Mangyan village to protect the natural environment and resources while at the same time provide the economic opportunities of the Mangyan community. Lastly, to develop and promote the responsible and sustainable tourism in the area to support the economic development of the Mangyan community while preserving their cultural heritage and protecting the rights. Goal: to establish a self-sufficient community with a sustainable livelihood for all members. To promote and preserve the Mangyan cultures and tradition for the future generation, to provide education, skills, training, and employment opportunities for the Mangyan community, to enhance the quality of life of the for Mangyan people through the provision of healthcare, clean water, and sanitation facilities, to create a safety and secure environment for the community free from the violence and discrimination, to engage in advocacy and lobbying efforts to protect the rights of indigenous people in the Philippines, to encourage tourism that respect the Mangyan culture and contributes the local community. Objective: to preserve and promote the cultural heritage of the Mangyan tribes, to provide sustainable livelihood opportunities for the Mangyan community, to empower the Mangyan community through education and capacity building programs, to promote the ecotourism and responsible tourism practice in the area, to showcase the unique and diverse cultural tradition of the Mangyan tribes, to promote the interact and cultural exchange between Mangyan community and visitors, to provide platform for the Mangyan community to generate income and support their families and communities, and lastly, to promote the recognition and respect for the rights of the indigenous people in the Philippines.
Forest tourism in Mangyan Village are access, attractions, amenities, and ancillary services. Access, transportation infrastructure, roads, and trails. Attractions, unique culture, tradition, lifestyle of the Mangyan people. Amenities, accommodation, community center, cultural center, and infrastructure designed to enhance the experience of the tourist. Ancillary services are guided tours, cultural workshop, local guided, traditional performance, and educational programs.
So now we are moving on to the SWOT analysis for the Mangyan villages. and we are going to start with the strengths. So first is cultural richness. Mangyan villages have a unique and rich cultural heritage, providing opportunities for cultural exchange and tourism. Next is community cohesion. While traditional Mangyan communities often have strong social bonds, fostering a sense of belonging and cooperation. Next is their natural resources, or the villages often located in the areas with diverse flora and fauna, contributing to the preservation of biodiversity. For the traditional knowledge, Mangyan communities possesses traditional knowledge about agriculture, herbal medicine, and sustainable practices, which can be valuable in certain contexts. So for their weaknesses, they have limited infrastructure, where many Mangyan villages lack proper infrastructure such as roads, electricity, and healthcare facilities, making accessibility and development very challenging, as well as for the healthcare challenges. Since Mangyan villages is a remote location, it may result in difficulties accessing or assessing healthcare services, leading to health issues related within the community. They also face economic challenges, relying heavily on the traditional subsistence of farming methods. Of course, we all know that Mangyans have limited access to education, that may lead to lower literacy rates and fewer opportunities for the younger generation of the Mangyans. So for the opportunities, cultural tourism, there's an opportunity to promote cultural tourism, attracting visitors interested in experiencing and learning about the Mangyan traditions. Sustainable agriculture initiatives, like implementing sustainable agricultural practices, can improve the food security and provide economic opportunities for the Mangyans. Next, for the opportunities is education programs, where we can introduce initiatives that can help bridge the gap and empower the Mangyan youth, and also community-based enterprises. Developing community-based enterprises can create economic opportunities and promote self-sufficiency. So now, let's move on to the threats. Threats, land disputes like encroachment or traditional lands may lead to conflicts and threaten the sustainability of Mangyan villages. Cultural erosion, wherein external influences and modernization may lead to the erosion of traditional Mangyan culture and practices. Of course, we can't avoid natural disasters, wherein vulnerability to natural disasters such as typhoons and earthquakes poses a threat to the safety and well-being of the communities. And the lack of government support, limited support from the government in terms of infrastructure, healthcare, and education may hinder the development of Mangyan villages. SWOT analysis is very important because this consultation can improve or help the Mangyan villages in Mansalay, Oriental, Mindoro.
Competitive analysis. In Oriental Mindoro, we can find several Mangyan villages aside from Panaytayan Mansalay, particularly belonging to the Alangan and Tagyawan subgroups. First is Talipanan Mangyan Village, Second is Alangan Mangyan Village, and lastly is Tagyawan Mangyan Village. Here are some areas where Mangyan communities are present that offer most to the same attraction at Puerto Galera, Nauhan, and Bansur. First competitor is Talipanan Mangyan Village. It is handmade and handicrafts products such as basket, bags, accessories, and household items made of nito, rattan, and other materials touched in nature. Marketing approach used are social medias, tarpaulins, and videos. Second competitor is Alangan Mangyan Village. It is handmade and handicrafts like adornments consist of tabed, an around woven rattan container, surod, a comb, kaltan, a pouch necklace, bayakos, a belt pouch, bugway, a necklace, and sarikaw, a headband. Marketing approach used is display in museum, websites, and social medias. Last competitor is Tagyawan Mangyan Village. These Mangyans are skilled weavers and craftsmen, producing intricate tribal finery, including baskets, mats, and other items, both functional and aesthetics. Marketing approach used during Christmas season, they go down to lowlands with some of their handicrafts to sell off exchange for anything such as clothes, foods, and others.
Next is the tour package in the Mangyan villages entitled Life with the Panaytayan Mangyan Village Tour Package, 2 days and 1 night. We have 3,458.56 pesos per person to January 20 to 21, 2024, and it is guaranteed for 5 people. So for package inclusions, we have land trip from Calapan to Mansalay, round trip yun, from Mansalay to Calapan through van. We also have accommodation in a local guest house or homestay, of course, of the Mangyans. All meals featuring Mangyan traditional dishes. We also have guided tours by local Mangyan guides. We also have cultural workshops and activities. We also have cultural exchange sessions with the Mangyan community wherein we can communicate with them, ask them, and introduce to us, to the tourist, what is the village about their tradition and cultures. We can also ask their stories about life and of course the story of the Mangyan itself. So note for the tour package that the itinerary can be customized based on the preferences and interests of the groups, and group size may be limited to ensure a more intimate and respectful experience. Next is tour operators should collaborate with local communities and NGOs to ensure responsible tourism practices, and visitors are encouraged to contribute to community development or initiatives like, for example, buying the products of the Mangyan villages, especially the woven mats, clothes, and different products, baskets, wherein we can support them by visiting them and by promoting also their tourism destination, which is the Mangyan villages itself.
Itinerary. Day 1. At 5 a.m. it begins with assembly, departure from Calapan at 6:40 a.m., arrival at Mansalay at 8 a.m., breakfast at 8:40 a.m. At 9:30 a.m., you will be seeking breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape, immersing yourself in the natural beauty of the area. By 10 a.m., a captivating introduction to the Panaytayan Mangyan village awaits, offering insight in the local culture. At 12 p.m. at fulfilling lunch. The journey continues at 1:30 p.m., offering a chance to take picture, photographs, and engage conversation with the Mangyan people. The day features uploads with the unique opportunities at 3:30 p.m. to purchase souvenirs at 4 p.m. Immerse yourself in the colorful world of traditional dance with the opportunity to join in the partake in the age-old costume of the village. The cultural appreciation extends with the 5:30 p.m. where the Mangyan elders shared competitive folklore in the community storytelling session. Enrich your evening with a dinner at 6:30 p.m. The night comes alive at 7:30 p.m. with a mesmerizing performance of traditional music and dance. Campfire gathering at 8:30 p.m. Cap off the evening at strategy session at 9:30 p.m. Guided local resident offering insight into the celestial wonders above. With the adventure coming up to a close warm up at 10 p.m. with a peaceful night rest. Day 2. The day begins with the morning assembly at 8 a.m. A delightful breakfast at 8:30 a.m. at 9 a.m. Gaining introduced to the traditional product of the Mangyan village community at 10 a.m. Embark on the guided tour of the Mangyan village, delving into the intricate process of how these products are made. Engage in a meaningful interaction with the local resident at 11 a.m., gaining insight into their activities and timeless tradition. The day falls at satisfying lunch at 12:30 p.m. at 2 p.m. with a traditional weaving and handicrafts workshop. As the day draws up to a close with farewell to the Mangyan village at 3 p.m., expressing gratitude for the enriching experience shared. With departure scheduled at 4 p.m., the journey back to the Calapan begins.
So for the tour costing in the Mangyan villages, we have a travel fare land trip from Calapan Pier to Mansalay that cost 400 pesos. Accommodation 500 pesos a day. We also have meals. For breakfast, we have 200 pesos. In lunch and dinner, we have 300 pesos. For local tour guides, we can pay 100 pesos. For traditional dance performance that is included in the itinerary of the tourist, we have 100 pesos. And of course, we also have workshop for the product of Mangyan. For the materials, we have 100 pesos. And of course, travel insurance, we have 80 pesos. So, a total of 2,080 pesos. So, we have overheads, 15% of cost before commissions. We have 312 pesos, a markup of 20% with a total of 416 pesos. So for our gross cost, we already have 2,808 pesos. So meron pa tayong commissions for the gross cost at 15%. So that is 280 pesos. So the cost to customer is 3,088 pesos, and may tax pa na 12%. So the total now So the total for that is 370.56 centavos. So for the overall cost per person for the Mangyan villages is 3,458.56. That is per person, 1 day. So if you have an itinerary of 2 days and 1 night, so it will cost you around 6,000.